Hello there, I go by the name of Nick Dutch, and I just want to read today just some notes I've written about the conspiracy theorists whom I disagree with. The first part of this video deals with conspiracy theorists, and the second part of the video deals with a particular conspiracy theory. And I'm just looking for you to add your comments below, basically. Okay, now, the phrase sheeple and wake the fuck up are proof of a psychological form of programming. Obviously, the word sheep is a phrase that means a non-thinking person. The fact that words such as sheeple, wake the fuck up, as well as the answer to 1984 is 1776, are proof positive that the people who use these phrases and chant them almost at the drop of a hat are, as they themselves would say, sheep. However, to them it's more a question of which flock they belong to, almost as if a sheep can biomorph into a different species purely by following a different shepherd. This is naturally ludicrous and an aberration of reasoning in the extreme. However, I can see where the problems that these people have can come from. During my YouTube history, I did several videos on the subject of conspiracies, and got heavily drawn into the whole issue surrounding the New World Order. When I saw the dreaded D word, D for depopulation, in a video, my first response was, how can they justify that claim? Further video watching filled me full of terror. Just like these conspiracy theorists, they're full of terror. I was in the same position that they're in now. No one wants to think that their life, their children's life, or their way of life is under attack. The mistake that I had made was to watch one after the other of these conspiracy films, without stopping the films, taking notes of what the videos claimed, and then doing unbiased academic research into each claim. With the passage of time, I looked into other subjects such as critical thinking, logical fallacies, and the scientific method, which was a fascinating exercise that refreshed my memory of the things I'd learned in university well over 10 years ago, and which taught me a heck of a lot more. To add a bit of a twisted but strangely on-topic bit of humor here, you might even say that I had become illuminated, not through fear or paranoia, but by education and reason. The arguments of the Alex Jones and David Icke crowd just weren't stacking up. I also noticed that these movements were spawning splinter factions who had different solutions to the problems of the Illuminati. One of which was to leave the destruction of the alleged cabal up to a special group of light-working aliens, who had apparently already made inroads into destroying certain fictional technologies that was believed to be in the possession of the cabal. I will point out that some of the climate denial views of the conspiracy supporters can actually be easily defeated just by a YouTube search, which shows how weak the arguments, the climate denial arguments of the conspiracy theory supporters really is. Let's go on to the second subject of this video. Now that is depopulation. Although I personally do not believe in a depopulation agenda, nor do I believe in a New World Order, considering the dramatic increase in global human population and that global human population is continuing to rise at an exponential rate, and that the world is running out of scarce resources, would you, if you were a hypothetical Illuminati, that is, if you personally were a hypothetical person running the whole world, would you rather leave the human population to increase to the point, exponentially until human beings were fighting with their bare fists just for enough water to drink, or for enough food for a day, or maybe medicines? Or would you rather place some control on the population growth so that scarce resources can be better allocated? This is a very important moral and philosophical problem. Do you depopulate the world or allow the world to depopulate itself? Do you try and create a stable global population? And here's the key question. How? Again, I want your feedback. Leave it in the comment section. The only way that that could really be done is through the methods of infection, starvation, war, environmental poisons, crime, drink and drug abuse, tobacco, homicide, malnutrition, euthanasia, mass murder, dehydration, infant mortality, as well as the humane methods such as contraception, homosexuality, maybe sterility, and also increasing the use of green technologies to lower the rate of global decline, to slow it down somehow. It is a terrifying prospect, but at some point, probably not in our lifetimes, not in my lifetime, probably not in your lifetime, a decision between the planet depopulating humanity or humanity depopulating humanity will have to be made.